Hello everyone, and welcome to Total Television. Elisa Lam's case was one of the most bizarre, shocking, and controversial internet horror stories from the past decade. The girl was a 21-year-old student visiting Los Angeles for the first time. She mysteriously disappeared in 2013. Now, after almost 8 years, her story is trending again after Netflix has released the series Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. That is why today, we will discuss the 10 most shocking details about the Elisa Lam case. Make sure to watch till the end. Some of the details will make you stay awake for the rest of the night. Before we dive in, don't forget to check out our other top 10 content after this. Like the video and hit the subscribe button so you can enter our PlayStation 5 giveaway. When we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will be selecting one of you to win a free PlayStation 5. Good luck, and on to the video. Number 10. Elisa Lam's disappearance. Lam had been traveling in the Southern California area and used to call her parents in British Columbia every day. However, on January 31st, 2013, when she needed to check out of the Cecil, her parents didn't get the call and reported her missing. Items left in her room included her computer, clothes, wallet, and medication. The room was in disarray, but no foul play was suspected. Late-night employees had seen her in an area not open to guests. Their only clue was the fact that she had gone to a bookstore in downtown Los Angeles on the day she vanished. For some bizarre reason, the floor Lam stayed on didn't have a security camera, but investigators checked the lobby cameras and didn't notice her leaving the hotel. They used scent tracking dogs that took the searching group up to the 5th floor. Lam's room was on that floor. The scent led to a window with a fire escape where it was finally lost. LAPD helicopters illuminated and searched the roof of the hotel accessible through these fire escapes, but found nothing. Number 9. The Cecil Hotel. The hotel itself had an eerie legend, colloquially believed to have insanity within its walls, with all sorts of guests from drug dealers to prostitutes and rapists. One interview subject in the Netflix documentary series even said the hotel is where serial killers let their hair down. That's true in at least one case. Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, was covering at the hotel between his hoary murders. One witness said he would regularly see Ramirez changing his bloody clothes in the alley and then get to his hotel room. And no one ever suspected a thing. The Cecil cost $1 million to construct in the 1920s, which was quite a fortune for the time. Since then, the hotel has suffered a lot of safety issues. Former general manager of the hotel, Amy Price, said there were thousands of 911 calls in the decade she worked there. One cop shared he got 1 to 3 calls a day from the Cecil. Incidents included domestic abuse, assaults, stabbing, someone trying to burn down the hallways, someone cutting their throat with a razor, and even one guy jumping out the window and landing on someone on the pavement below, killing him immediately. Number 8. The spooky elevator video. It is one of the most frequently discussed and picked apart aspects of this whole case. A video was published showing Lam getting into the hotel's elevator, acting irregularly. She randomly pushed all the buttons, but the elevator door didn't close. Then, she hid in the corner of the elevator and, hardly stepping out of the elevator, supposedly to look if she was being followed. For a moment, it looked like she was speaking to someone with shaking hand movements. After around 2 minutes, she leaves the elevator. The door finally closes, and that was the last time we ever saw Lam. Internet investigators noticed the timestamp on the elevator video freeze multiple times. They said the video seems to have been slowed down 30 to 35%, resulting in 53 seconds being lost. That led many of these investigators to suspect the hotel was hiding something. However, the hotel staff denied altering the video. Number 7. Lam's behavior leading up to her disappearance. Detectives found that she had gone to a live taping of a Burbank show in the days leading up to her disappearance. She was acting weird. She even sent a letter to the show's host that quickly had her expelled from the building by security staff. She had also been living in a room with other girls in the hotel complaining about her behavior, so hotel management had to transfer her to another room. She would lock the door on them and require a password to enter or leave notes on their bed, compelling them to go away or go home. Number 6. How she was found. 19 days after Lam's disappearance, hotel guests noticed that the water pressure was shallow. Plus, the water was discolored and had a funny taste. They complained to the hotel staff, who then moved the couple to a different room 2 floors up. Still, the water pressure didn't change, so hotel staff went to investigate the water tanks, which is where they discovered Lam floating face up, naked. She was white, like a ghost. Police told the public that the tank hatch was closed. There was a large amount of decomposition, with her clothes found at the tank's bottom. After she was found, the hotel became trending. Number 5. The investigation. There was no proof to support a crime of violence, no suspect, and no physical evidence to suggest foul play either. Yet, the fact that there was no ladder in the tank indicated Lam couldn't have closed the latch herself after jumping in, which boosted some suspicion for investigators and internet researchers alike. There was no way to tell how long she had been in the tank, and there were no internal or external wounds that could have led to her death. There was also no evidence of the sexual assault. Investigators proved that no one could have carried her body up the ladder to the water tank without extensively bruising her body. Even after the coroner managed his tests, her cause of death remained inconclusive. There was no proof of illicit drug or alcohol use either. The only drugs identified were her medication for bipolar disorder. However, her prescribed medicine levels were deficient, which suggested she was passing taking her medication. It immediately became apparent to investigators that Lam paused taking her medicines as her trip unfolded. 4 months after her death, the coroner ultimately released the final report. Lam's death was followed by accident due to drowning, and found that her bipolar disorder was a factor. Number 4. An incomplete autopsy fuels wild theories. Soon after the toxicology report was published, amateur detectives began poring over any information they could find in hopes of solving the puzzle behind the death of Elisa Lam. For example, one toxicology report was posted online by a Reddit user with an apparent interest in medicine. The breakdown pointed out 3 major observations. Lam took at least 1 antidepressant that day. Lam had received her second antidepressant and mood stabilizer for some time, but not that day, and Lam had not taken her antipsychotic before the accident. These conclusions proposed that Lam, who had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, may have not been taking her medications properly. It is important to note that antidepressants that treat bipolar disorder can risk inducing mental side effects if done without attention. Such couch detectives have understandably latched onto this detail and suggested it was a likely explanation behind Lam's strange behavior in the elevator. But even if Elisa Lam had been struggling with mental health issues, how did she end up dead? Moreover, how did she end up in the hotel's water tank? The autopsy did not show any foul play from the evidence that was processed, but the coroner's office noted that they were unable to do a full examination because they could not examine the blood from Lam's decomposing body. Number 3. Pop culture links. Internet finds a connection between Lam's case and a film called Dark Water, where a girl was wearing a red jacket, identical to the one Lam had. There was a scene with discolored water flowing out of a faucet. The girl dies by drowning in a water tank. There were also rumors that American actress Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, was seen at the hotel bar merely days before her horrifying murder. Another weird coincidence was a tuberculosis outbreak just days after Lam's death. The test to detect the disease was named Lam Elisa. Singer Morbid, the founder of the band Dynasty of Darkness, also accidentally links to Lam's death. Just days before, he published a video of himself hanging out at the Cecil. It held a teaser for his new music video, Died in Pain, featuring a girl being chased in a forest to her death. Morbid did not kill Lam. He was in Mexico the day she died, but that didn't stop amateur detectives from mistakenly blaming him for her death. People started posting their theories about Morbid's association with Lam and false theories about how he may have killed the woman, something he admits in the documentary has taken a severe toll. Number 2. How come the police didn't find her on the roof initially? Another question that confused some followers of the case is why the police didn't find her body first. They examined every room and part of the hotel, including the roof broadly, and tracking dogs. Law enforcement highlighted on the show didn't really give a clear-cut answer as to why they missed Lam's body during their first search of the hotel, nor why they missed checking the water tanks. And though the police have said it was only an oversight, plenty of web investigators presented on Crime Scene have suggested that law enforcement was potentially covering for one of their own, and that Lam's death was actually a homicide. Finally, the evidence still points to Lam's death as an accidental drowning. However, it's still unclear how a team of police officers and highly trained canines could miss a body. Number 1. What investigators believe happened. Lastly, investigators believe they have figured out how and why Lam died. People struggling with bipolar disorder can experience psychotic breaks where it's hard to recognize what's fantasy and what's real. The elevator video and Lam's odd behavior lead investigators to conclude that's what she was encountering. Furthermore, her sister said she had patterns of the last episodes, where she was afraid someone was chasing her. Maybe then she found the water tank as a place to hide, so she opened the hatch and jumped in. Yet she realized the hatch was the only way out and realized she had to tread water to stay alive. She undressed to lighten the load, leading to hypothermia as well. And although investigators at the start of the investigation told the media that the hatch was closed, that was inaccurate and deemed a communication error. The hotel employee who originally found Lam said the hatch was open when he found her. So how do you like our video? What do you think is the truth behind the Elisa Lam incident? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload, and enter our PlayStation 5 giveaway. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching Total Television, and see you in our next video.